Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Live at the Waterhole, everybody. Wow, we're starting off here with a herd of elephants that are arriving around Juma Dam. Well, for those of you who may not know, my name is Amy, and I will be with you for the Waterhole show today. It's so wonderful to be back with you all. Couldn't ask for a better start. And this is what it's all about. We get to hang out together, chat. You can send through comments and questions to me. It is a live and interactive show. So I would love to hear from you, who you are, where you're from, what you're looking forward to seeing today. And if you have any questions as we go, you can definitely chat and I will do my best to answer you. If you are wondering how to do that, you can send through your comments and questions through a variety of different ways. That can be on the Wild Earth app on the website. Just make sure you register there. Otherwise, join the conversation on X using the hashtag WildEarth, or you can comment in the YouTube chat stream using @FC. Joanne, hi, lovely to hear from you. Thanks for saying hello. You say happy Thursday, Wild Earth, and Amy with a smiley face. It's the smiley face that makes all the difference, Joanne. Thank you so much. Oh, there's a tiny one running down there, everybody. I'm sure they're all going to come up this way as well, up towards the pan, so we may get a really nice close-up view of that little baby. I'm sure everyone at home absolutely loves baby elephants, just as much as me, if not more. Hear the splashing as they're drinking. You can also hear the wind. I live not too far away from Juma, so we are very much the same weather, and it is quite a blustery day today. There are a few small ones in between, but I don't think I've seen that very little baby that I saw running down. I'm sure it might come up the hill quite soon. Hello, Joss Pike. You say good afternoon. We are watching from the Sultan School, Muscat, in Oman during our science lesson. Well, Joss Pike, and for the whole class, hello, welcome. Thank you for choosing to make Live at the Waterhole part of your science lesson. That is so cool. How amazing. Please do send through any questions. I can't promise I'll be able to answer all the science questions, but if you have anything about what we're seeing here around the waterhole, please do feel free to send those questions through. Thank you for letting me know. That is very, very cool. Now this herd will be coming down for a drink, as you can see. And what you would have noticed is that they came down the hill, they stopped at the big waterhole, and then quite quickly they moved up to the smaller, what we call a pan. And this little pan is actually pumped with water, so that in the very dry season, if the waterhole does completely disappear due to the heat and there's no rain to replenish the supply, that there's always some water available here for the elephants. But you'll see that they're favoring this waterhole. They are spending most of the time here, and that is because elephants are a little bit fussy when it comes to their water, their drinking water, and they know that this water tastes a little bit nicer than the sort of stagnant water that is lying for a long time in one place further back. So what they did is they were very thirsty when they first came down. They were excited to be at the waterhole. They had a quick little drink, and then they moved quite quickly up towards this pan. And now they're having a bit of a longer time here with some nice, fresh, clean water that they're enjoying. Well, I did speak about the wind. The sun is shining here at Djuma, but let's have a look what the weather is doing across all our locations. To apologize, the weather was a little bit stuttery there, but I think you got the idea. The sun was shining in most places. I remember having almost the exact same sighting here a few weeks ago when I was on drive at Djuma with the live safaris, and we had a herd of elephants just like this one actually do the exact same thing and sort of park the vehicle, if you can imagine where the dam cam is, and had the elephants walk past me. It was really amazing. Just students would like to know, how old would the smallest elephant be? So the one that I saw there, I'm going to see if maybe it's going to come past us. But some of the very small elephants that we see could only be a few months old. And I think there was one that looked like it was maybe 6 months old. That one there at the back, actually, there, it's popping up next to Mom. That one looks quite small, just to the right of the pan. I think she is going to walk past with it. But most of the small ones here are about old, I would say. 1 year old, sorry. There is one that's the smallest one, I would say is about 6 months in this particular herd. But I've seen baby elephants that are a day or two old, maybe a week, and you can just see how tiny, very, very small. They've got very pink ears, pink little feet. It's just them is still figuring out exactly how to even move properly, let alone use their trunk or anything like that. But there are quite a few small ones in this herd. I think anywhere from 6 to about 3 years old are some of the small ones that we can see here. Sonny, you say you're watching the show with your granddad. Well, welcome to you both, and I hope that you are enjoying the elephants. And it's so wonderful to know that so many people enjoy watching and relaxing and just taking in the scenes, the sights and sounds of the waterhole. And it's really cool that I get to share it with you all. So here we have some smaller ones passing us, and I think that smallest baby that I spotted from the other side of the waterhole is gonna now. It's actually on the other side of mom, so it's very difficult to see it, but it is there. There, it's sticking out there a little bit, running very quickly. It's so important that baby elephants stay right next to mom as much as possible, especially when they're on the move. They always make sure that they are very safe. The Ellies are slowly moving off down this road. And you can just see how windy it is. Wow, the trees are really blowing. And that sometimes does make elephants a little bit more jumpy. There was a herd of impalas. You could see how closely they were all standing together. Because what happens is when it's very windy, that's one of the, well, it actually affects some of their senses. So their hearing and sometimes their eyesight and even their smell, because they can't really trust those senses as well as they normally would on a very calm day. So they're a little bit more cautious. Just in case there's something lying behind the bush that might want to give them a fright, or maybe a potential threat to them. Joshua, you say hi from Texas. Lovely to hear from you. Thank you for joining us. I see our woodpecker is back at its hole. I believe it was there earlier as well. I did see it was still excavating. Well, that is the higher one now. Is there not one that was lower yesterday? But we did see that there were two holes in this tree, this old knobthorn tree. And today we have the female. So have a look at the top of the head, everyone. You can see how it's black on top of her head, and that is a female bearded woodpecker. The male has a half red, where the black of her head is, that would normally be red, with sort of a black and white polka dot crown. Guadalupe, you say a beautiful sight. It is. The elephants were beautiful. The woodpecker is also very pretty. And also special to actually see it excavating. Yesterday, I shared a bit of information about these bearded woodpeckers from my birding app, just to understand a little bit about what's actually going on here. And basically, it's making a nest. It's getting it ready. And she will lay some eggs in the very near future. And we may have woodpecker chicks to keep our eyes on here with the dam cam. Rebecca, you say she is working so hard. I've seen her working away for days straight. Oh, well, there we go. Partner has arrived. He's saying, come on, honey, I'll take over from here. I'll give you a break. Leander was also commenting that it's not fair that he left his partner to do the hard work in some very harsh working conditions. I think he really is saying, now stop, I want to take over. Do you mind? She's like, no, you said you were going away today, and now I am doing the work. Don't come and ask me. Fine, you take over. I need a break. Oh no, this was too funny. But there we go. You can see how he's got the red shining on top of his head there in comparison to her. Well, we've had a fantastic start here at Juma. I'm sure we'll come back and check on the woodpeckers. But while we are waiting to see what else at Juma Dam, let's head over to Jamala to see some elephants. Oh wow, here we go. There's also some wildebeest around. Such a lovely scene here in Madikwe. Cheetahs and other animals, good to hear from you. And you say this is a mega elephantastic. Rebecca, they are bearded woodpeckers. So they are the ones that we actually see nesting over winter. The other woodpeckers in the area we usually see nesting over the summertime, including cardinal, golden-tailed, and bennets. Whereas it's the bearded woodpecker that nests now in between May and July. Now, we usually see a lot of life around Jamala, this waterhole in particular, but I must say that in the winter time, to dry season, so much more life tends to congregate around these waterholes. We have some amazing potential sightings that also take place, just because there's not much other water around. In the summertime, when the rains have come, there are little pans and wallows and things that actually fill up throughout the bush that we can't see, and so not as many animals need to come to the bigger water, except for really elephants and maybe some bigger herds of antelope and wildebeest and the occasional predator. But what you can see here is quite a lot of elephants, which is expected. The wildebeest are around, but also see some zebra, well, one at least that's on its way, and then also there was some springbuck in the background. I'm yet to see a predator at Jamala, but they are around. Madikwe has cheetah, wild dog, leopards and lions. It's also a lot cooler, the temperatures in winter, so you tend to have activity of some of the more nocturnal species throughout the day. These two young boys are having some fun. And there are a few impalas there as well. Well, it's always awesome to see what's happening here at Jamala, but why don't we head to a new location and see what's happening up at Old Donyo. Fantastic. Here is one of my favorites. An elephant bull approaching the Old Donyo waterhole, and look how big he is, everyone. Oh my goodness. Clearly his head was a little bit warm and needed to cool down.
He wants me to go help him. I see it. He wants me to go help him out.
I do apologize for any voices that you hear in the background. I think there's some guests, possibly, or even staff at the lodge who are nearish or close by to where the waterhole is, maybe viewing this elephant as well. He's actually there once, sort of splashed his head. He stopped. He were out, he was listening, and he was hearing the same voices we could hear, and he was making the decision, do I know that noise? Are they going to come any closer? And then he decided, no, I know that sound. Nothing bad's ever happened when that sound, so I'm just going to carry on doing my thing. And because this waterhole is quite, I assume, close to where people are, then they're very used to the sounds of human speaking.
Like when this guy, maybe he was totally there at first because I can't believe that was a child. Yeah, so maybe they told me that he was not perfect. He's a young guy, he's a new boy. Some animals are not like that. So we have another waterhole point there, but we don't come water free because we don't have another high down there. So we probably visit it, we think there's some water there. Because this is the good thing about ocean. It's very good thing. Maybe this day was 3 or 5 years ago, so we still remember the seawater. So we have to visit and see whether we have fresh water. If we don't find it,
How beautiful to have these zebras. I haven't seen zebras at Aldonga in a long time.
I'm in charge. And that's how it is now. Not all zebras do that, but many giraffes do that. They come here, when one giraffe comes here, he will take us now because he thinks first he has to do like a proper running all the way around here. But for a number of like 3 or 2 giraffes when they come, one will drink and another one will do this running all the way around. Yeah, it's walking. They're gonna do like a sheep. Yeah. Just because you know the giraffe, they are very vulnerable. Have to be very keen and very watchful. This guy is running. But he knows he's a boss, so he's still bossy. So he takes his time. Probably he comes from a good family. Yeah.
Well, I remember when I first started doing the waterhole show, um, just less than a year ago, we saw a lot of zebras on the show, and there were what seemed to be felt like hundreds. There were probably about 20 or so on screen at a time. And I think as we go into the more drier time in East Africa now, we're basically out of the rainy season. I don't think it ever gets super dry. But these are the types of herds of zebra we would see. And you would even sometimes have a big elephant bull drinking in the background or giraffes on the side, like as the water, like I was explaining, the little pools and things in the bush dry up. So these more permanent sources of water become more popular with things like zebra. Honestly, what we're seeing happening right now, how beautiful is, are these zebra all together. few bright yellow butterflies arose and stand out against the black and white of these zebras. Ah, well, that makes sense why they moved away with such fun. The elephant is back. I'm not sure if it's the same one. Let me just see if his face is wet or not. No, this is a different elephant. Also a beautiful, magnificent specimen. The zebras might come back. I've seen it before while an elephant's drinking. The zebras bravely sort of one comes and then the next one, the next one. Well, this is just a beautiful shot. Elephant's trunk and the zebra in the background. I hope you have all just been enjoying this scene as I have. Very spectacular. Not much need for too much explanation, I think. Let's go see Willing at Tau. It's a kind of day one, and yeah, two young having some fun in the end. Well, one and the second one is sort of, I don't know, just next to it, lying down now. A much smaller one. There's zebra and wildebeest in the background. Wow, we are really being spoilt, and I can see the difference in comparison between sort of action around the waterhole activity levels. If you compare winter to summer months. Oh no, there goes a bigger one down on the ground. Amazing. I don't often see bigger elephants doing that. Also have fun, and the one mind is playing. There goes the little one as well, wanting to get in on the action. Well, Rebecca, I think you said it best. This is so cute. Heart faced emoji. 3 of them. This is absolutely hilarious and also very entertaining. There's a little one at the back is, I also want to be involved, also want to be involved. Push me. They're just having the best time. And yes, well, the one standing is like, you all are very childish, and I am out in the situation. It does. All the ones standing are just like, oh, here they go again. They are an embarrassment to our family. It's really awesome to see these elephants having fun like this, enjoying this. Animal Life, thank you for your comment. You say the little baby adorable. I want to see this family of elephants. It is live, everybody. You're watching this right now as it's happening in the Deepway Game Reserve in South Africa. That's actually, there's a little song that my niece also listens to. There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "Move over, move over." Rebecca, you say, even the zebras are watching and saying, "What the heck are you doing?" King, you're also enjoying the sighting, saying this is amazing. That little one is like, come on guys, I thought we were playing. This is a nap time. Does any play with me? One. But you say, definitely the highlight of the day here, Amy. I would agree, definitely the highlight so far. Rebecca, you want to know if elephants sleep standing up most of the time, but require naps where they lie down, similar to horses? Um, yes. So they do mostly rest standing up. They don't have to lie down. It's not. They don't really need it for their survival, but they do sometimes rest on their side, as we can see right now. Especially the little ones are more often likely to actually lie down within the herd and have a more substantial rest. DJ, hi, you say, do the young ones ever spray each other with water for fun? Yes, they can do that. I've seen that happen before. I see there are some waterbucks now around too. So lots of life here at Tau today. Stephen, hi. You say, thank you for letting us share this magical moment, Wild Earth. Well, it really is a pleasure. We are all about you sharing and connecting with nature. That's why we do what we do. And it's so wonderful to know that we have the support of so many of our viewers. Caitlin, welcome. Good to have you on the Waterhole Show as well. We've been enjoying all the types of life here around the Waterhole, including some sleepy ellies who were full of beans earlier, some zebras, some resting wildebeest, and some waterbuck. Oh, there's an impala as well. And it's interesting the difference that I can already notice between the summer and winter months throughout our locations, how much more life tends to congregate. Oh, there's the ostrich, Leander. He was just saying that about every single animal he's ever seen around town is here today, except for maybe a lion and an ostrich. But there is the ostrich. But what I was saying before the ostrich surprised me was that you can clearly see how much more life tends to be active and around the waterholes at these sort of peak heat times of the day. Now, it's still warm, but it really is nice and chilly in the morning, and it only heats up quite late in the day, and it starts cooling down very early. So what you find is that when we have the Waterhole Show, we're getting more animals that are still moving around and visiting the water, even though it is technically the hottest time of the day. So I think we're in store for an awesome winter live at the Waterhole. Slowly but surely, these Ellies are waking up, and the one is saying, "Come on, you've got to get up now. Nap time is over." Oh, let's all help it get up. It's feel like it tried there, and then it rolled back over. Like, come on, I'm really trying, but you've got to try as well. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get up. Baby Ellies make you. I think they make us all laugh, and that is why we love watching them so much. Rebecca, you say the little one clearly tired himself out trying to get the bigger one up here. Now he's fallen down. He's like, I can't. That was a lot of work. The matriarch is there on the right hand side. You can see how much bigger she is than the others. She got quite a prominent forehead, and just size wise is clearly the eldest, and I think the leader of this group. And very soon she might make her move, and then we'll actually see this whole group quite quickly have to move off. There's also a pair of African spoon bulls on the left there, the two white birds, quite large bulls, which they use to fish around for. Different types of food, fish as well, tadpoles, frogs. I thought that they would be done with their antics, but clearly this bigger one is not quite finished yet. Orchid Fairy, it is like the elephants are just sharing with us how tired of walking or standing they are by spending some time lying down. The one's doing a bit of dust bathing there as well in the middle. Spas, you say this is your first time seeing elephants sleep? Well, yeah, there you go. This is something that they actually do probably every day, but or not always out in the open. The herd will have a time of rest, and some of them will choose to lie down, while some stand around and just keep their eye out. But they're all having a rest, lying down. You can see the females on the right, the one on the left. Other than that's busy throwing sand on herself. The trunks are on the floor. They really are taking it easy. They're not doing too much else. They're just resting. But I have seen sort of roughly, usually in the summertime-ish, when it's very, very warm, then they'll find a very shady tree, and some will be lying and having a proper little sleep, and some of the older ones sort of stand all with their bums towards the center around the ones that are lying down, and they're all having a time of rest. Their eyes are closed, they sort of open and shut, but they are resting and having, we would consider, I suppose, a closing to a sleep. Oh, the little ones come to the water now. Clearly knows how to drink, so it's at least a year old. Well, this has been such a special sighting. Wow. And I'm so glad we have such a clear view of this little one as well. Coming back to the water now for a bit of a drink. UK girl, hi. Thanks for saying hello. This is your first time to say hello to us. Well, thank you so much. And you say that you love what we do. Thank you. And the baby elephants are making my day. Have you ever been born? I have not. Kulu, I don't know if you know if Wild Earth has ever got that footage. It's something very rare that happens. I'm not sure if we've ever gotten that footage before. Kulu says he doesn't recall that ever being recorded, but it would be amazing to see. But one day is one day. With how much we are out in the bush, there is always that possibility that we may be able to film something like that happening in the future. Well, we have had a wonderful time at Tau. Wow, what a spoil of a sighting. Let's head over to Naledi Dam where some other elephants have come to drink. You can see these are fewer elephants, only I think 4 that I can see at the moment. There is a hummerkop by the water, that sort of brown looking bird. This elephant is checking out the camera turning, I think. Franny, it's a possibility. You want to know if elephants ever suck up too much water and it goes down the back of their throat? I mean, I think physiologically it's possible, just like with humans, it can happen by mistake. But just the way that, especially maybe when they're young and they're still learning how to drink with their trunk within the first year of life. Oh, wow, look how close this female is to us now. Wow. But as they get older, I don't think it happens too much then at all, because they are really experienced, and they know exactly how to use that trunk and sort of how far to suck up the water until, and then deposit it into their mouth. And you can also really, this view just now while we've got it, you can see that ear of the elephant, where the ear hole is. Often it's actually thought to be behind the flap of the ear, but it's actually right there in front of the ear, just like we would imagine our ears, with the ear hole on the front and then the pinner, the outer ear, all the way around. It's exactly the same for the elephant. Oh, and it's time to leave. What a beautiful bird. This hummerkop is just enjoying the breeze on its feathers. Oh, and it's off busy hunting. Hummerkops are quite successful, and that's just my sort of experience having watched them hunt. I do usually actually see them catch something. They're very good, I think, at finding something to eat. Bill, hi, thanks for the info. You say that we did see an eddy called Fang go through what we thought was a miscarriage at Juma on Drive. It was a scary moment. Bill, I think I remember what you're talking about, because I was an avid Wild Earth watcher a few years ago when I had the time to do so. But I remember being live on one of the drives, and there was a female that there was something going on. We thought maybe she was going to give birth, but that wasn't seen, but it looked like she was in pain, and there was a bit of sort of redness and something sort of hanging out of her genitalia. So I do remember that was sort of seen at some point, but not an actual birth. Oh, well, a nice little stop here at Naledi, everyone. Let's head over to Katai and see what's happening over there. Well, more elephants. It is an elephant kind of day today. They're enjoying a drink here at Katai Pan. It looks like there is I don't know if it's a three-banded plover or a common sandpiper just to the right of the screen. It's just gone off now. There's a little wading bird. Couldn't quite tell with the lighting what it was, but that was quite nice to see. We usually only see blacksmith lapwings around the waterhole here. It seems like they are quite thirsty, all having a drink there around the trough. Hi Ray, thanks for sharing with us. You say Ellie's everywhere. This day has been amazing. Hasn't it just been the most fantastic show today? I've really enjoyed it. We're heading into the last 15 minutes. So please make sure if you have any other comments or questions to send them through. Ray, you also say that nothing more calming than Ellie's at the water. It really is very peaceful. And sometimes I find it very difficult to just talk for the sake of talking. I rather just enjoy the scene with you, taking the sights and sounds of it, because really these animals speak for themselves in so many ways. And it's very special to just sit and watch and, as you say, Ray, just relax, enjoying the scene. Well, it seems like the elephants at Tau are now wide awake. Let's head back over there and see what they're up to. Ah, well, they've woken up and they're a little bit thirsty. Like you say, Rain, nothing relaxing than watching Ellie's drink. And this is a wonderful view where we've got the whole herd now who've come for some water. I love when they sort of suck on the tip of their trunk like that. It's almost like a dummy or a pacifier for the baby elephants. Claire, hello. Thank you for sending through your comment. You say elephants are just the best. They are so beautiful and calming, and I could watch them all day. Michelle, you also say beautiful elephants with a heart emoji. They really are stunning. Well, I did think these Ellies were on their way away, but they have stopped for another drink right by a crocodile, which clearly they're not too bothered about at the moment. Neither is the croc. I wonder if that little young elephant bull is going to try and chase it. Although I don't know if it would be brave enough. That croc can easily grab a trunk quite quickly. Dark Mane Lover, yes, it is absolutely wonderful. It's such a great time to spend with all these beautiful elephants. It's been a wonderful afternoon. Wow. Such an amazing show. Lots of variety. I mean, lots of elephants, but also those incredibly beautiful zebra up at Oldonyo. We had wildebeest, impalas, waterbuck, crocodile. Danny, thanks for sharing it with us. Thanks for being here and, of course, sending through your comment. It's really appreciated. You say thank you for sharing this awesome experience with us. And the best part is that we get to do it all again tomorrow. I will be back with you all for another Live at the Waterhole show tomorrow. So please do make sure that you keep it tuned right here to Wild Earth, same time, same place. Right after this, though, you will be heading into On Safari with James and look at some of the highlights over the last 24 hours. And then after that is your live safari, the Sunset Edition. So between On Safari, Sunset Safari and Live at the Waterhole, Wild Earth has got your afternoon, evening, as well as morning covered. We do hope you will have enjoyed the show. Thank you so much to everyone for sending through your comments and your questions. We really do appreciate it. Really makes the show what it is to be able to interact with you all at home. Adds something special to the show. And like I said, I'll be back with you tomorrow, everyone. So I will a lovely day or evening ahead, depending where you are in the world. And I will, of course, chat again with you tomorrow. So I'll see you then. For now, it's goodbye.
Good afternoon. I am examining the small seedling of the jack